This is Natural Powerlifting Radio. Deadlifts, chicken nuggets, video games. This is Check My Total, a powerlifting podcast with Timothy Payne and Andrew Hinson.
Welcome everybody to another episode. This episode is just going to be me and Andrew, and we're going to talk about the squat.
Yeah, we're going to shoot the bull for a little bit and see what happens. Talk about different sticking points and different accessory stuff or whatever to kind of help move the squat along some.
Well, my biggest thing as far as beginners and learning how to squat is squatting off of a box.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we bring somebody new in, I mean, Andrew can tell you this, the first thing that we do is stick you on a box. And for anybody that doesn't really know what box squatting is, the way we do box squats is we set it up, I guess, an inch or two actually below parallel. So you kind of know and can kind of feel where you're supposed to be at during a regular squat. And when you unrack the bar and walk it out, we make you take a wider stance than your competition stance, because we're not doing box squats for heavy weight or anything yet. This is just to get people to learn how to sit back so your knees don't go out over your toes and all that kind of good stuff. So you'll take a wider stance and then you'll come down and actually sit on the box. Like some people you'll watch on YouTube or whatever, they'll come down and just tap it and then go straight back up. But what we ask people to do is come down and actually sit on the box. And we say relax your hip flexors, but you can't really relax anything. But you sit on the box for about a second and then explode off the box all the way back up to the top.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're taking a wide stance and really sitting back and using your hips and a lot of more hips and hamstring than exploding off the box that way.
Like I said, this promotes people to learn how to sit back, learn where they need to be at for a competition squat as far as depth goes, and really how to explode out of the bottom of a squat.
Yeah, especially if you really are a beginner and you don't have an athletic background. Like most people, you tell them to squat and man, their knees shoot way forward and like their whole body goes forward and they just don't know how to squat at all. They don't know how to sit back or keep the bar over their midfoot or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I like box squats. I mean, y'all made me do them.
Oh yeah.
Worked out pretty well for me. I still do. I think a lot of people don't like them for the raw lifter, but I think that's kind of a bunch of nonsense. I don't think people are doing them correctly if they say that it's not working for the raw lifter.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different when you go a wide stance and sit back. And I'm not doing that as like a main, like that's not the only squatting I'm doing during the week, but it is one of the, maybe a second day of squatting, I'll do some box squats and stuff like that.
Yeah, once you become more accustomed to squatting and you've been doing a program for a while, usually your box squats will be moved to your speed or dynamic day, whatever you want to call your lighter day. That's when we'll usually do box squats, and we'll do them, 9 sets of 3 or 10 sets of 2, something like that, and keep the weight lighter.
Oh, yeah.
And really hammer technique when you're doing box squats. Like, you don't want to pitch too far over. You don't want to, do a good morning to get off the box either. There's a lot of different intricacies that you want to pay attention to when you're doing a box squat.
That's true. Definitely don't want to sit down too fast on that box either. you flop down on that box, your spine gonna get a little jacked up.
We've had people do that before. Had to go to the hospital because they blew a disc out box squatting. Yeah, you got to be careful when you do that.
And if you ain't sipping on Baja Blast while you squat, you ain't doing it right. Check my total. Maybe a little Baja Blast sponsor action. I don't know.
You gotta wear one of those hats that has the coasters in it, so you can squat and drink at the same time. All right,
So,
Andrew. Well, once you've been squatting for a while and you got the box squat down, what do you move on to?
well, once you get the box squat down, you're feeling more comfortable. I mean, it's more of a, I guess, depending on the person, it really depends. You kind of got to figure out what works for you as far as, you know, squatting without the box. You start moving on to, do a couple sets, maybe, 2 to 5 sets of something low rep that, so you're not doing a crap ton of rep and jacking up your technique, but keeping technique solid, finding out what works, whether it's low bar, high bar, wider stance. I generally tell people, if you're first starting out, if you're just getting off the box, start with your feet, shoulder width, maybe slightly wider than shoulder width apart.
Mm-hmm.
Toes, for most people, I would say toes pointed out slightly. I think that opens up your hips more and engages the glutes more. For most people, doesn't work for everyone.
And it helps you get lower too. The more open your hips are.
Yeah, so I say shoulder width apart as far as your feet position go. Where your hands go on the bar, I mean, it kind of depends on your shoulder mobility. If you're a beginner, generally you're pretty limited. You kind of just got to place your hands as wherever you can. Most people can get pinkies on the ring. But if you're a bigger dude or you have jacked up shoulders or you're just not very mobile, you might have to go wider, get a wider grip on the bar.
And a little tip also is if you're one of these people where you wrap your thumb around the bar when you squat, but your wrist is bent super far back once you get under the bar, you can try to unwrap your thumb from the front of the bar, and I don't know how to explain this. Kind of like a suicide grip if you were to bench press, except you're doing it on the squat bar. And then once you have that thumb unwrapped, you can position your wrist and push it back forward to where your hand is straight with your forearm instead of being bent way back. Because I know that used to cause me a lot of pain when I used to squat, when I had my whole hand wrapped around the bar.
Yeah, and like your arm, like your elbow and your wrist, it should be a straight line. It shouldn't be, your wrist shouldn't be all the way bent back and just jacked up. Like there should be a kind of a straight line from your elbow to your wrist when you're squatting.
Because you want your shoulders and your back to hold the bar, not your hands. You don't want to feel nothing in your arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of a start. And then place the bar. I mean, most beginners I've seen are not able to get in a, I guess you could say, a traditional low bar position, like jamming the bar.
And a lot of that comes from mobility, and then number two, they just don't have enough muscle mass yet to have somewhere to put the bar low on their back.
Yeah, so you kind of just got to put it, wherever's comfortable, where you have a shelf. When you squeeze your shoulders back, you might be able to rest it on your traps, maybe slightly below your traps, and maybe that's where you got to put it when you start. That's just kind of how it goes. But, I mean, once you get the hang of it and you start moving past the beginner stage, and I guess you're a more seasoned lifter, a little intermediate action going on, and you're running programs, you're okay squatting once, twice, sometimes 3 times a week or whatever it is, and like you feel good, then you can get a little bit more nitpicky and start figuring out where your squat is failing at and what you're bad at and what your weaknesses are and what kind of movements or things you can do to bring it up. I know for quite a few people, including myself, my weak point was I didn't have no quads. Didn't have no quads. I was a back man. I was too busy deadlifting, and I was way better at deadlift than squat, and my back just way stronger. And I was like, man, I'm good morning every single squat I do.
Well, you got to build that booty and your hamstrings too.
I know. Yeah, but it was just a sad. I just didn't really have much of the lower body going on. Sad. I deadlifted a lot. Never did the whole quad and hamstring development. I had some hamstrings, not much quads. But I mean, I would say if you haven't incorporated front squats, to get those in somehow, take maybe your second day of squatting, make it a front squat day if your weakness is your quads.
Yeah.
And also that'll strengthen your core. I just think front squats are good overall.
Me too. And front squats will teach you how to keep. My brain just went out. I was going to say upright. But it's okay to have a little bit of bend when you're squatting.
Yeah.
But to keep your chest up and, like Andrew said, to get you out of that good morning position, front squats are a great way to. Because, if you go forward in a front squat, that bar is going to the floor.
That's true. That's very true. And then, if you have access to a safety bar, then yoke bar, whatever you want to call it, the SS yoke, the captain cruise ship, whatever you want to call it, then doing those safety bar squats will really, really help puts that bar high up on you and makes you want to pitch forward a lot and do a front flip. But
yeah, and you can do front squats with a safety bar.
Yeah, you can. I do every now and then. But
yeah.
So yeah, safety bar is definitely a good way to do it. And that's like I noticed a lot is if you're in the bottom of the squat and you're keeping position and your butt starts to fly up and you're starting to good morning. Generally, from my experience, it's because you have their weak quads, because you're not able to push really, and you get launched, and weak hips too. You don't have enough glutes to push your hips through, and you just transfer it all to your back. And so there's a fine line from being neutral and then going to the bottom and then flipping your butt up. So yeah, that really helped me developing a lot of quad strength. So especially in the bottom, because every time I got to the bottom and exploded out of the hole, I just get in the good morning position. So, and yeah, so I would say another thing. This is going to be kind of difficult to explain, but one thing, if you're having trouble getting your hips, you're like midway, you go down to the hole and you're coming up, you're like maybe almost halfway up, and like you notice your hips still aren't coming through. One thing I've been able to do is you can kind of take your knees and kind of push your knees out a little bit and kind of like leverage your hips through and like just push through that way by spreading your knees out. And that's helped sometimes if I get into a little grind or something to get my hips to go through when you start approaching those heavier weights.
It's funny because we'll tell people on the bench press to do a similar thing with their elbows, except that you're moving your elbows in instead of out.
Mm-hmm. So that's some of the things that help the squat as far as like coming out of the bottom and like discovering your weaknesses. I would say another thing to just get comfortable in the bottom of the hole is I like to do pause squats back in a couple years ago just to get comfort in the hole, and that also box squats also help with that a lot, is to get more comfortable being in the hole and just kind of holding your breath and keeping tight while in that position. So pause squats. And the main thing is when you're doing these pause squats and box squats is to make sure you're still holding in that deep breath that you get at the top and pushing out on the belt, or if you don't have a belt, just pushing out and keeping that tightness. Because I mean, even if you sit on the box for a second, you don't want to just deflate. And
you really want to pay attention and be in tune with how your body feels when you're at the correct depth.
Yeah.
Because if you know what it feels like, you can hit it 1,000 times by just knowing the feeling. And then you really don't even have to think about if you're low enough or not, because it will just feel okay.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Like, squatting in front of a mirror don't help. I don't like squatting in front of a mirror just throws you off. I don't like it. Avoid it if you can. Avoid it if you can. Do not squat in front of a mirror. Most of the time, that's really hard to do at most gyms these days. And then, let's see.
But Andrew, you know this is Check My Total, right?
Yeah, I know. We
can't have a whole podcast that's so serious.
I know. That's true.
So I got I got a game for you, Andrew.
Let's do it.
So you just got done working out, and it's time to get something to eat. I'm going to give you 3 different joints, and you tell me the meal that you would get after your workout.
All right.
All right. So this first one, you just got done working out. What's the best meal to get at Taco Bell?
Taco
And
Bell.
we're talking about you got to get full, and it's got to be a good price range.
All right. Well, if we're going with this, it depends. If you have no drinks at home, and you just got water, I'm not drink. The smart thing to do is drink water. But if you're already at Taco Bell, you're probably not the brightest. So
You get that Baja Blast.
So what you're doing is you're getting one of those craving boxes. They got like 2 or 3 of them all the time. It's a $5 cravings box. You're getting that. I like the cravings deal, but they change it up, so I don't even know what they have on it anymore. I think it's like right now. I think it's like a naked chicken chalupa or something like that. They got a steak nacho cravings box too. But you're getting the $5.50 cravings box. You're getting the Baja Blast. You're getting those cinnamon twisties. They got that nice crunch, and they got that cinnamon that goes everywhere. And then you got your naked chicken, and then which is full of goodness. It's a spicy ranch tomatoes. You're getting I don't know what else, a beef burrito probably or something like that, and you probably got a taco in there too.
Yeah.
You're getting all that. Now, if I already got my Baja Blast, which I already got my Baja Blast. I don't need it. I don't need to get one at Taco Bell. They got them at Walmart. What I'm doing, I'm going for the dollar menu. Yeah, it's a better bang per buck, I think. I'm going dollar menu. I'm getting at least 1 beefy Frito burrito. I'm getting a cheesy roll up. I'm getting 2 spicy potato soft taco things. I'm getting a rice and bean burrito, and that's like I'm getting another one. My 5th item's either an apple empanada or another or a triple layer nachos. Yeah. Apple empanada, triple layer nachos. There you go. That's what I'm getting at T-Bell. It'll make you big and strong.
Hey, how much money did we just spend?
Let's see. Cravings box is going to be, well, it's $5.49 in Tennessee, but the tax here in Alabama is different, so I don't know. And then the same thing, the dollar menu. You're getting 5 items, so they're all $1. So $5.49.
All right. So we're coming out $6, somewhere around
$6
there.
$6 for all that food. It's great. It's a great deal. Hard to beat, but that's what I'm getting.
All right, you just got done working out, but now the Taco Bell is going under a remodel and you can't get inside. What you gonna get at McDonald's?
Oh dear. You know what? I think I'm gonna say it. I ain't getting McDonald's.
Oh.
Because McDonald's is too expensive. I cannot give McDonald's my money anymore because their prices are up. They started this new thing. Oh, get our gourmet burger. Cook the order. I don't go to McDonald's to get cooked to order. I don't go to McDonald's to cook the order. I go to McDonald's so Ronald can pull out my fries and pull out my burger from the freezer that's been in there for 5 days and serve it to me. I don't go for a gourmet burger. That's something else. So no, I'm not getting McDonald's. Their nuggets are too expensive. The dollar menu doesn't exist. For $6, I'm only going to get like maybe 2 things, and I'm done. I'm not. Their combos are all their combos start at $7.50. I'm not doing that. I'm done. I'm not getting McDonald's. I don't want them.
All right. So who you taking your $6 to?
I'm taking my $6 to. Y'all know I'm taking my $6 order to the king. And I ain't talking about LeBron James. I'm talking about Burger King. Burger King. The real have it your way. Have it your way.
Well, we already know about the nuggets, $1.69. But what else you getting?
No, that's all I'm getting. I'm getting 60 nuggets. That's all spicy nuggets. You know what? If I don't know, we'll just go for the benefit of the doubt and say I'm only getting 40 nuggets. So I got $2 left over. Let me tell you, they got some cheap burgers and cheap chicken sandwiches. I already got my chicken, so I'm going to get a burger. I don't know what they call it. It's just a burger. I don't know.
They got a Whopper. I mean, I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
They got some cheap burgers. I'm getting one of them.
Yeah, man.
And then I ain't getting a drink either because I got my Baja Blast here at home. So that's what I'm getting, a Burger King.
Boom. So if you got $6, you know what to do now.
Mm-hmm. That's That's about all I'm getting as far as Burger King goes. Is nuggets and maybe a burger.
Well, guys, if you're just squatting, you know a couple tips. If you're hungry and only got $6, you know where to eat.
Yeah, that's right.
This is check my total.
It is, but you know what? I got something special for the end of this podcast.
Oh, well, I'm ready.
I got something special. I got something real special. I'm feeling extra patriotic today. It's coming off of July 4th. We're 2 weeks from July 4th, aren't we? 3 weeks from July 4th. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how long ago July 4th was. It's July 15th right now. I don't know. All right, here we go. I don't know how we're going to do this, but somehow we're going to overlay the national anthem over this right here. I don't know how we're doing it. But we're gonna. I gotta get this thing somehow playing in my headphones so I can feel right about myself. I can't
Here we go.
because I'm recording my screen, so I can't do that. But anyway,
You got your phone. You got your
I
phone.
got my phone. That's gonna be so bad over the mic though. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna have to rely on you. Maybe I can get it on these earbuds. All right, hold on. Intermission time. All right, here. Where's my YouTube? Okay, my YouTube. I gotta get this national anthem playing to where I can end this podcast.
Hey, can I take a knee while you do it? Or...
Can take it. No, ain't no taking knee. Ain't taking knee. Is this what I want? Oh my goodness, I think this is. Oh yes. All right. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up. Stand up. This is America. This is it. We're tired of it. We're tired of everyone sitting around on the couch. We're tired of everyone.
I'm standing up.
Stand up. Look at the flag while you're listening to this. It's the Star Spangled Banner. Actually, it's the national anthem. I actually don't know if there's any difference. I don't know. But I do know one thing. This is America. You can get up in what you want and do whatever you want. Go get yourself a gun. Go shoot a gun. You're free to do whatever you want. Second Amendment. And you know what's even better than that? You're free to go lift wherever you want. I'm tired of these people wearing gloves to the gym and they don't appreciate the freedom of using their bare hand to grip the bar. Everyone's using straps these days. No one wants to hang on to the bar. No one wants to hang on and experience the pain. This is America. You're born to do. You're born to be free. This is Check My Total. And you know what? Born to be free. I'm out of here.
We out.
Please subscribe and thank you for listening. Be sure to follow @CheckMyTotal on Instagram for all the latest updates. Don't forget the IBP South Carolina State Powerlifting Championships in Spartanburg, South Carolina on August the 18th. For more information about the competition, please visit ironboypowerlifting.com.